Hello, my VIPs. So I wanted to do this video. I've already done about 3 videos and whatnot, but I have deleted 2 of them mainly because I was rambling on rather than getting straight to my point. So in this video, I'm getting straight to my point. I'm gonna be talking about certain YouTubers and whatnot in this, not because there's another YouTube drama. I mean, there is, but it's not exactly something to where I can only focus on one because there's so many going on. It's like and they're like from last year's, they're from previous years that have built up to a head right now, and it's issues in those dramas or those situations that are becoming close to a drama now. So I'm gonna be talking about, Bloveslife, Tasha K, and who else? I would say Kandi, but Kandi's technically not a YouTuber. I mean, she is, but she's also a businesswoman, and she's also like, she's other things besides a YouTuber, but she is also a YouTuber as well. So I'm gonna talk about Kandi as well. So let me start off with Bloveslife first. With Bloveslife, as we've all seen, with the difference in her hair, the difference in her weight, and the difference in I guess her whole demeanor, Some people have come out and said that she has changed more so personality wise. They were saying ever since she got rich and whatnot, not quote unquote rich, but like she's changed and whatnot. Ever since she got rich, she's become a different person. They said she would become more mean, so much more like, conniving in a way. And me not really following her T for T and whatnot, a lot of these YouTubers I don't follow T for T. I watch different YouTube videos every day. So it's like I don't watch the same person for hours and hours on end unless they really can catch my eye for that long. Like Mac does it. I love Mac does it. I've been seeing him since 2016. Like, anyways, with Bloveslife, yes, her hair has changed. She has gotten sister locks. She has natural hair and whatnot. Her, honestly, I really did not think her hair was falling out, but I think she's reported saying it has. I just thought that, since she's getting sister locks and since her hair isn't technically that long, it's like it's gonna appear that way. With sister locks, when they don't grow to a point just yet, they're not gonna look right at first, especially if your hair is like shorter and whatnot. For some it looks right, and for others it's like sometimes you'll see the scalp and then you think, oh my gosh, her hair looks terrible, her hair looks like this, her hair looks like that. For me personally, I thought it actually fit her, like it doesn't look completely like shit to me, if you get my drift, because she's at the beginning of the journey. It's not going to look exactly like how she wants it just yet. Her hair has to grow into it, so that's why it's not going to look like how you want it to. And then people saying it looks like shit and it's her natural hair and she's going into sister locks when they have no knowledge of sister locks and they've never really thought about going into sister locks. It's like, bitch, I bet most of them don't even got hair and they saying this shit. Nah, just kidding. I bet most of them ain't even got hair. They don't even have hair and they saying some shit about her hair. But y'all, anyways, in her weight gain. Now, me more so with her weight gain, yeah, I've noticed it. Honestly, her being a mukbanger, her being known as a mukbanger, her literally selling and getting rich off of selling literal packets of salt, I knew she was gonna gain weight. It was obvious. Like, most of these mukbangers that used to be small, they gain weight at some point in their career. So I was like, it's obvious she was gonna gain some weight, But now they're more mad that she's not admitting that she's gaining weight due to the food. She knows it's due to the food. She knows it's due to the food. Like, but then people getting mad that she's selling packets of salt now. I did not hear this much complaint when she was at the start of it. And literally, it was on the back showing how much sodium was in each packet. I did not hear much complaint because people were too busy congratulating her on her becoming rich from selling packets of salt, her looking great, and, her having a business basically and whatnot. Like, people were congratulating her, which I understand. Like, literally successful businesswoman at this point, or becoming a successful businesswoman. So I understand a lot. But like, why are y'all just not mad that she's selling packets of salt? She's been selling packets of salt for years. And then now you want to, feel all weird and annoyed because now it's affecting her body. It was going to affect her body. Like, that's the thing is, like, it was going to. Am I the only one that saw this shit coming? Like, am I the only one that saw this shit coming? It was obvious it was going to happen, And then with her whole thing with trying to go vegan and whatnot, if you saw some of her videos of her vegan ones and whatnot, you can still be unhealthy while being vegan. You're just not eating animal products exactly. But if you're still eating tacos with all that, with, yeah, the lettuce, tomatoes, but the cheese, not the cheese, cheese, vegan sour cream, vegan meat and whatnot, with all those seasonings and stuff like that, whether it's cashew meat and whatnot, and then you season and marinate it in some sauce to taste just like meat. It's like you're being vegan, but you're also mimicking actual people who eat meat. It's like you're not being the healthiest version of a vegan. It's kind of like, it's like you're at this point where it's like you're medically can't eat meat anymore or can't eat animal products, so you have to have some type of copycat and whatnot. That's what exactly it is that she was doing. She was copycatting a lot of those foods. And yeah, they are healthier than if you ate the real meat version, but they're not exactly completely and utterly healthy. You can still be unhealthy as a vegan. I don't think people get that. Like, you can still have poor eating habits. You can still, not eat the right type of healthy food and whatnot. Just because you're vegan doesn't mean that you're going to be 100% healthy and whatnot. So yeah, that was how her thing is. So once I saw that, and then once I saw the video where she said she was actually gaining weight from being vegan, I was like, yeah, this isn't going well. This isn't going well. Like, yo, she's gonna end up gaining a lot of weight and feeling bad. I know how it feels to, like, when your ankles would swell up. My hand used to swell up too when I was bigger, because I consumed so much sodium, so much soda, so much food that had a lot of horrible shit in it. I consumed a lot. Like, there was one point where I was out on a vacation and my legs literally swelled up and my ankles swelled up and whatnot, and I had to, like, lay down and have my feet propped up because I had so much fucking sodium and I drank so little of water and I had so little of healthy food and whatnot. So yeah, I know how it feels to have that shit swell up. It's so fucking painful, bro. So with her, if she does have all that, then yeah. But hating on her hair, I was like, okay, that's weird. She's literally at the beginning of a journey that y'all can't relate to. Her gaining the weight and whatnot, she sees the weight, and honestly, I saw the weight coming on for her to gain for years now. Like, so it's like, and the anger with her sauce packet and whatnot. Like, bitch, I've been new. It's a bunch of sodium. Why are you just not mad? You should have been mad the whole time, because I was mad the whole time. I was weirded out when my own family bought that packet of salt. I was just like, we got most of the items in this house. Like, bro, all of those seasonings we have here. And honestly, did you expect for this woman to, like, basically gain no weight at all? This is a woman who put Coca-Cola in her butter sauce, bro. As one of her recipes, she had Coca-Cola in that shit. I don't understand what you expected. Like, this is a woman who does so many seafood videos where you could get iodine poisoning from it. There's so many seafood videos, so many butter sauce recipes, so many butter sauce in general shown in it, and you expected, you didn't expect any of this to happen? What? And then them saying that she wasn't being honest about what's going on. She knows exactly what's going on. To be honest with you, a lot of times I feel as though we do overshare on the internet sometimes, but I feel like some people have the right to not say everything, but she's already said a lot, so of course it's just like, oh, why can't she admit that it's really her eating that's causing her to gain weight? She's already admitted to everything else, so yeah, I see why people are just like, she should admit to that. However, if she hadn't have admitted to a lot of things that's been going on in her life, then she would have the right to say, hey, she still has the right to say it, but she has the right to say, like, hey, I know that I'm going through something personally. I'm not going to be admitting all this shit on the internet because I don't really have to. It's my shit, If y'all notice any changes, if y'all are concerned, all I got to let you know is that I noticed it too, and that I will be all right in the end. Because that's honestly what she could say. That she noticed it and she'll be all right in the end. But yeah, you're her fans, you have concerns for her and whatnot, and you want her to change fields. However, the moment I saw Coca-Cola in that fucking sauce, I was just like, y'all should have been asked her. The moment I saw how much sodium was on that packet, I was just like, y'all should have been asked her to change her, career field and whatnot. Like, she's entertaining enough to not have to do mukbangs anymore, So it's like, now going on to the Tasha K one. Hopefully I can set a timer or a thing for this or some chapters for it. Going on to the Tasha K thing. Ever since the drama with Cardi B, I feel as though she have to walk on eggshells or whatnot. or needs to walk on fucking eggshells for some of the shit that she does. It is her job. She's a YouTuber. She's an interviewer. She is a lot of things. Tasha K is, you know, on the social media platform that is YouTube. However, you know, it has very much shown in recent years that she is becoming more like bitter. If I'm gonna be honest with you, more angry, more bitter. When it comes to this particular situation, even if she is right about what things that happen with Cardi B or what things Cardi B has done, I feel as though she has overdone it. Like to a point to where she literally was brought to court over this shit. And even afterwards, where she has even admitted to where some of the things she said weren't exactly completely 100% true about Cardi, she still is very bullheaded in, like, you know, going against Cardi. Not to the point where she doesn't even want to apologize for what she said about Cardi. She does not want to apologize for anything. She has to pay this $4 million lawsuit. However, she's depending on her appeal. And it's like, you know, after this point, girl, you already, you know, you don't have to give up 100%, but you got to realize where you went wrong in this matter. First off, you're going against a celebrity. A celebrity. It's not that easy, especially when it's a celebrity who didn't do anything to you directly. That's even harder. You're going against somebody who not only can actually, you know, not buy away the silence, but can actually have so many people on her side that she can not only buy only the people on her side, but also people backing up, has so many fans. Not only does she have all of that, but this is a celebrity that has not done anything to you directly or indirectly. This is not the R. Kelly case. This is something different, you know? It's much harder, and you're battling a celebrity. It's like it's not going to be that easy to win, you know what I mean? So, and she already showed like she did not win in that certain case, and now she's apologizing to Cardi B. I know she doesn't mean it. She has shown on many occasions after the court thing that happened last year that she does not mean any apology towards Cardi B. She does not feel like she needs to apologize to Cardi B. She does not simply want to apologize to Cardi B. Now she has to, and now she has to pay the shit. And I'm just like, you kind of ruined your life at this point. And then she made some jokes about saying she don't have it. And yeah, I can see you making a joke about a situation that just feels like it's going out of control and you don't really know what to say anymore. So it's like, oh yeah, you know, just joke about it, and so that it doesn't feel as heavy as it is. I understand that, but she said it numerous times that she don't have it. And it's like, this is a joke to you? You literally were sent to court by a fucking celebrity because you kept talking so much shit, and this is a joke to you? Like, what is not clicking? Dude, this is serious, man. Like, this is very serious. You know it's serious. You're the one that's having to go through it, of course. So you're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, this is very serious. Of course, I'm the one having to go through it. But, you know, you're not taking it as seriously as you need to. Like, you need to actually think like, oh my fucking gosh, like, my life has gotten to this point, you know? You need to have that realization every single day. Like, every time, every single fucking day. You need to have that realization. But it just seemed like she didn't. And it's like, now it's going to the point where on Twitter, I'm probably going to do a video on Twitter and whatnot, or a little shorts and whatnot, looking at the Tasha K and Cardi B situation. And I'm going to be like, oh, shit. Yep. Now she's going to have to apologize. It also is rumored that she apologized to Bloveslife for what she has said to Bloveslife, because now she's learning her lesson and thinking, oh shit, you know, I don't want another lawsuit, or I don't want somebody to take me to court again and whatnot. But yeah, you know, now I feel like she also needs a career change too. Not only Bloveslife, but also her as well. You know, you need to switch up. Especially now, since I know it's wearing on her. With Tasha K, I noticed it is wearing on her. I followed her years ago, and I realized that a lot of her content, she didn't seem as like, you know, negative as she does now, basically. You know, some of her interviews I've seen, I was just like, I really like how professional she was in that. I really like how put together, how structured she was in those. I really liked how she presented herself in those. Now, it's like she's presenting herself as someone who literally is no longer giving a fuck. Who's giving up on giving a fuck, and that's not good. You know, that's terrible. You know, you need to switch it up. Like, that's the thing. And same with Bloveslife. Like, in this video and whatnot, these are all my opinions, of course, if you don't already know. I'm not claiming something is going on in Bloveslife or that she has some, like, you know, illness and whatnot. I don't know what she has. I don't know exactly 100% what is going on for what's happening in her life. But if it is her, you know, gaining a bunch of weight from the food and whatnot, it's not surprising. But if it's something else, then I'm, like, sorry for, like, saying that it is her gaining the mukbanger weight. In my opinion, I literally, she's a mukbanger, so it feels like it was bound to happen. It was bound to, that's really what I'm saying. It was bound to happen. She's not the only one on YouTube who's a mukbanger who's gained a bunch of weight off of years of doing this shit. Like, it was bound to happen. Now, who was the third one I was going to talk about? I don't really remember. Hold on. I'll see how my ass forgot that quickly. Oh, it was the Kandi situation. Oh, Lord. So I haven't 100% gotten into exactly what all happened. It's really just been things building up. So I've been hearing the name Carlos thrown around, and I'm remembering, I think it's the same Carlos from Love is Blind. You know, the one who harped on one of those women with a wig, talking about her wig when he's bald, and looks like he has a taped on beard and whatnot. You know, having to the point to where he irritated that woman so much she threw a drink on him and he was cursing her out. They were cursing each other out, all that. And that was on Love is Blind season 1. So if it's that same Carlos, it's like, dude, you know, you don't need to be in drama no more. Like, you don't need to be in drama no more, babes. But the whole thing with Carlos and whatnot. And then there's like a lot of stigma with Kandi. They've just been having a lot of arguments and whatnot. He used to work for Kandi at one point. And I think he was even on one of the episodes of Real Housewives of Atlanta, I believe. I almost said Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Oh my gosh, I'm mixing up everything. Now, with this whole Carlos and Kandi situation, there is another person, you know, Tamar. Now, the whole stigma with Tamar was that she went on Big Brother. Kandi was also on Big Brother. They had an argument or two, and then it's been kind of weird ever since. They have supposedly, you know, nipped it in the bud, I think a year or so back. But then now it's rising up again. When it comes to Tamar, she had an opinion about a situation that she did not know 100% about. And kind of the same with me, actually. But except I'm not choosing sides on this because I genuinely don't know the full picture, and I don't actually believe one side completely and 100%. I don't. It's just I'm very neutral on all three sides: Kandi, Carlos, and Tamar. Now with Tamar, I saw some videos. I was just like, I agree that she shouldn't have said shit about this. Even if she's friends with Carlos, it's like you're basically biased because you've had issues with Kandi. You've had issues with Kandi before, and now Carlos is having issues with Kandi, and now you're saying that you want to hear Carlos's side, disregarding Kandi's side more so because you've had issues with Kandi. So it's kind of like, why did you put yourself in this situation? And then Tamar had a video saying that she had a little bit of a confrontation in the hallway when going with the studio and whatnot. They were on stage, or they were about to go on stage, and Tamar had saw Kandi, and Kandi was walking the opposite way, and then she talked to her, and then Kandi supposedly, allegedly said, I don't fuck with you, or some shit like that. And then Tamar was just like, Kandi was being all and I was just like, I was trying to remember Kandi in the show in Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I do not remember Kandi ever turning up in a way such as that. Kandi is not that type of person. She can turn up. It's just that if she has a confrontation with somebody, she's not gonna start out 100%. That's not how Kandi argues. That is not how Kandi argues at all. She's never argued like that. So I was like, how Tamar is doing it in a way that Tamar argues. She was making Kandi out to seem like Kandi was really going to bat at her. When I'm thinking in my head, just like, Kandi doesn't start off like that. If Kandi wants to argue with you, it turns up to that. She don't just get at that level already. Tamar can get out that level already. You know, and how Tamar was making Kandi out to seem, I was just like, this feels so ratchet. Like, this is just ghetto and shit. Like, why are you describing it like this? Not saying that Kandi couldn't have attacked her. Kandi could have attacked her, but it was the way she was making it seem like Kandi attacked her. Like, Kandi would not attack you in that way. Kandi does not argue in the way to where she starts off 90 to 100%. No, she builds up to that. You know, like, but yeah, I was just like, it feels as though, in my opinion, seeing that Tamar is still mad at Kandi. Kandi, it seems like she has a problem with these other people, but she's been attacked so oftenly now. But it's not like she's 100% like, oh, she's 100% innocent on everything. I don't really know for sure. But seeing as how it's going to a point where she's getting attacked on all fields, bro, it's like, God. Because it's also some of the people who have opinions like me and whatnot. What I feel as though is that maybe it's just me having a poison mindset when it comes to seeing, like, you know, fully grown adults, because I'm still a young adult, but fully grown adults, fully established adults who are in many career fields and have their own businesses and have their own, like, you know, just job sets that they're really good at and whatnot. Seeing adults like that argue in such a way that's reminiscent of people younger than me or even people my age, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to see at all. It feels annoying, if I'm being honest with you. Seeing that shit, I'm just like, okay, on my Twitter feed, and then I'm having to, like, you know, read headlines. I'm just like, okay, I don't want to fucking see this shit. And it's like they never actually settle things like regular adults. It's like they start off, they're human, they'll argue and whatnot. But I'm just like, why are you arguing like how a fucking high school argues? You're depending on rumors now? What is this, grade school? Like, bro. And then with like, oh yeah, she turned up at me and we had a little argument and we were about to turn up and all that. And I was just like, y'all are two fully grown women. Y'all are 40 plus women. Y'all are arguing like this. Y'all are established, fully grown, 40 plus women. And y'all can't squash this shit like adults. Like, that's the thing. Y'all can't squash this shit like adults. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me thinking in my head that since I basically don't like people and cannot put enough energy to argue with people, I cannot put enough energy in myself to argue with people. I just can't. That's why I don't like arguing. I do not want to share my opinion of things unless I have a full-blown, passionate opinion about something, because most of the time when I share it and when I talk, it's more so leads to an argument that where I'm getting insulted, and then I feel the need to insult back, and then I feel immature as fuck because now I'm arguing with someone like a child, and they're arguing with me like a child instead of us just talking like adults and whatnot. You know, me being that type of person, I see it as, if I was rich, if I was fully grown, if I was 40 plus or 30 plus, and my life, you know, even though it's not 100% together, it's like I got a lot of things going on for me. I'm not gonna feel like dragging this shit on. I just have to squash it right then and there. If you're not willing to squash it, then okay, there's no beef then. Because I have no beef towards you. You just have beef towards me. You have beef, I don't. That's just the type of person that, like, you know, I am, and the type of way I think. Like, you know, if I can't solve it with you like adults, I'm just not gonna even be in it with you, you know, type shit. So for Kandi, Carlos, and Tamar to have issues like this, and they're all like well-established adults, it feels odd seeing it, you know? It's like, this shit can be solved in a matter of minutes. Like, well, it could be solved in a day. Let's say that. It can be solved in a day. It feels weird that it's getting dragged on like this when it can be solved in a day. So yeah, unless it's legal reasons, then yeah, no, it can't be solved in a day. It gotta be solved in a year. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say for this whole thing. Thank y'all for watching, and may peace be with you for an eternity.